Today we are going to be talking about T lymphocytes and how they are involved in cell-mediated immunity. This video is specific to the AQA exam board and A-level biology. Firstly, we are just going to be talking about white blood cells and how they are related to T lymphocytes. So as we know, white blood cells are the cells that are involved in the immune system and help to generate an immune response against unknown pathogens that enter the body and cause illness and try to damage our healthy cells. So T cells are just a type of white blood cell. There is no difference in the type of cell a T cell is and a white blood cell is, as a T cell is just a white blood cell, but it's just more specific to a type of response it will have. So T cells are also called T lymphocytes. They're just two names for it, but they mean the same thing. These cells are produced in the bone marrow, but they mature in the thymus gland. Now, this is a really important detail to know as it allows you to distinguish between the B lymphocytes, which are again just another type of white blood cell. So again, I repeat, the T cells are produced in the bone marrow, but they mature in the thymus gland. Now, these cells are responsible for immunity against pathogens that enter the body cells. So they are responsible for cell-mediated immunity. Next, we are just going to be looking at the types of cells that the T cells respond to. So the T cells always respond to the organism's own cells that have been infected by non-self material, for example, antigens and pathogens. So the T cells respond to antigens that have invaded a body cell. So here we have our healthy body cell, but here it has been unfortunately invaded by a pathogen. So we know that the T cell will now respond to this. Or we know that the T cells will respond to phagocytes that have engulfed and ingested a pathogen by phagocytosis, and it will then present the antigen on its cell membrane. So here we have our phagocyte, and it has engulfed the antigens, presenting it on its surface. And the T cell will now be responding to this in order to create a response. So now we are just going to look at the response. So when an unknown pathogen enters the body, it's taken up by phagocytosis, and its antigens are presented around the cell membrane, and the phagocyte then becomes an antigen-presenting cell. Now, receptors on T cells fit exactly onto the antigens placed around the phagocyte, and this now activates the T helper cell to divide rapidly, producing memory cells, cytotic T cells, and it causes the B cells to divide rapidly and release antibodies. This also stimulates other phagocytes to undergo phagocytosis. So you may be thinking what a memory cell is. A memory cell just circulates the blood and tissue fluid to respond to future infections by the same pathogen. And a cytotic T cell kills abnormal cells in the body that are infected by pathogens by producing a protein called perforin that makes holes in the cell surface membrane, making the cell permeable to all substances and causing the cell to die. It also stimulates other phagocytes to undergo phagocytosis in order to respond to more antigens and pathogens in the body cells. Thank you for watching, and I hope it helped.